Hello, everybody. Welcome to PowerShell Wednesday. Every single Wednesday, 2 p.m. Eastern, we do this. Every single Monday, we drop new PowerShell podcast episodes. We encourage you. Wow, you want to talk about it? So you want to really connect? Join us in the PDQ Discord. That's discord.gg/PDQ. Easy enough to remember. And if you do join that and you're interested in learning PowerShell, give yourself the Learn PowerShell role. Woohoo! We have a great community. Thanks to everybody who's been reaching out, who's on that Learn PowerShell kick. I see you when you join. I see the roles. So excited to see that. And so excited to see all the people who've been getting hyped on PowerShell. But today, Evan C is in the building, PowerShell lover, friend of PowerShell Wednesdays, been checking him out for a while. And we're going to talk today about a little bit of splatting, and maybe we'll tease a little something else afterwards. Does that sound about right?
Yeah, sounds about right. I found splatting to be incredibly useful. You can get rid of the scroll wheel on your mouse, and you have to go left and right all the time.
Yep. Splatting is, there's so many benefits to, well, I guess we need to show them what splatting is. If you want to start sharing your screen, I'll just say a few words here. Yeah, so sometimes with commands, they can get really long. The wider they get, the harder it is to read and keep track of the spaces and where the parameter starts, where it ends. Sometimes it'll actually run off the end of the line that you have, whatever editor you're using. It can be annoying, and it's just ugly. We don't like it. Sometimes we want to use this thing called splatting, and it makes us look like we know what we're doing. Evan. It's also really great for beginners, because one of the hard things I found whenever you're learning PowerShell early on, very early on, if you don't have a lot of experience with that kind of stuff, is like the parameters thing. It's a new thing. How do we provide arguments to it? And splatting gives you a lot of hands-on exposure to that. So, Evan, what the heck is splatting? Can you show us a little example?
Well, an example is when you got like this.
Oh, okay.
Where you have the parameters all ahead of the actual line you're writing. And you almost like you take the dollar sign and you splat it down. You make the @ sign. Now it makes a little, you jumping around on me.
Oh, are you following me? Oh, my
No.
bad. I'm not going to touch it.
So there. But it splats it out. So
Okay.
in my head, when you say splat, I'm thinking of like you're actually hitting the dollar sign of the variable, and now you're making it into a little hash table.
Yeah. Okay. Sorry, I skipped ahead. Can we work a little backwards and see what this would look like if we weren't splatting? Because I think everyone's for sure seen non-splatted commands.
So this is your command that you start to run.
Okay.
It starts to get long, and then when you start adding piping on, it gets longer and longer, and especially if you have a long path, and you start to venture on, it takes up your whole screen.
Or like multiple values for one parameter, like a word, comma, another word.
Yeah.
Just that alone would be too long. Okay. I see that. This is probably a command people have ran before as well.
So then when you've seen people use the backtick.
Yeah, sadly.
And the backtick, it works. I mean, we can definitely go through and it runs. But the downside is if you have a space hidden in here, that backtick is going to cancel out the space. It's not going to cancel out the line continuation. So if you did this in terminal, it doesn't give you the error that this does.
Right. It's hard to see, to be honest with you. Gotta kind of squint.
Yeah. And it's hard to tell the difference between a backtick and a single.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it colored here, but when you go into, if you're doing a lot of things in terminal, it doesn't come up that way.
Yeah. I think what I've seen a lot is AI will oftentimes give you things that have this kind of code.
So many backticks in AI.
Yeah.
It's constant.
Absolutely. So that's good to know about. And I feel like worst case, if people are already lost, well, guess what? Next time you prompt AI, you can say the word splatting for the parameters, if you find it giving you backticks and guide it in that way, it'll connect the dots for you. But it's helpful if you know what the heck's going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as long as you splat right before when you're running your code and you put it ahead and you splat it out, because you got to think terminal's reading from the top down. So it's going to read it, splat, get your hash table, get everything in there, and then run it through. And for your parameters that you need, that are, you can include your booleans, you just add true. So if you wanted recurse, you just add true on the end, and it'll recurse. So if you had what else is there?
You could do false. You could do, maybe if you had multiple, yeah, you could put commas and put more values. Bet you could even do fancier stuff too. Is my cursor messing yours up, by the way?
Yeah.
Dude, I need to move mine. I'm sorry. There you go. I'm totally off the screen.
Okay.
And actually, I'll just follow you.
So, I mean, that's so splatting it out. Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's so when you end up getting longer things, it narrows it down for you.
Sweet. Definitely very helpful there. Okay. What's the next example we got here?
Well, for splatting,
Yeah.
you can start to what?
Oh, no, go ahead.
No, I was just showing that.
Whoa.
So you splat things out. It just continues on.
Yeah. Okay. There's a question.
What?
What is the impact of splatting on the performance?
On performance, I didn't think it added that much more overhead, because aren't you running it from memory?
I think it adds none measurable, as far as I know. Yeah. None that you would actually be able to measure, because it's just creating a hash table real quick, not really computing much.
Yeah.
And it does it once, so you know. Okay, so we got,
Then if you doesn't like to run just that, because it doesn't recognize it. If you run just the hash table,
really?
yeah, it doesn't like it.
What the heck? Is it? That's wild. I tried on my end. Huh. Oh, I gotta change the path to on back.
Oh yeah.
Oh, dude, I'm moving you around. My bad.
No, that's all right.
VS Code live sharing. Well, let's see if flash on splats. Wonder what that is. It doesn't. Works for me.
Oh, it does.
The heck? Yeah. I can't run in your terminal, but on my end, I did run it. What the heck? F8, and this doesn't work. Yeah.
I think I know why.
That might be it. It's an error though.
There it is.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah. So now we have your table.
Okay, cool. Name value. It's a pretty common thing we'll see in PowerShell and in other places.
That's it.
Okay, so those are the keys. Um, if we wanted to like add a new thing to that, could we do like, how would we add? And if you don't know, I'll stop here. No worries. But how would we add another thing to our splat, to our hash table? Because as imagine we're going through a script. All right, these are the default things we're going to use for the parameter. Within the function, we're going to determine the other modifiers to the command that we're going to run at the end, and we just add that to the splat as we go.
Just add.
Oh, if you know that method, yes. What I mean, this is where my head goes. I haven't tested it, but I would do splat dot new property. See if this works.
Never done a new property.
Equals. I mean, you could name it whatever. I'm just calling it something generic, and just like an equal sign and like Bob's your uncle. See, is that an equal?
That isn't equal.
Okay. My eyes are going bad. Oh, you have like the bottom part of the equals like a little grayed out. You just type whatever. Oh yeah. Yeah, check it out. $splat or $splat dot new property. So if we wanted to access that new property, do I just delete that and just boom. I wish I could run in your terminal as well. Pretty helpful. This is something that you can do even if you don't run a command at the end of it. But if you're a beginner, you're looking for things to actually do practically, start dealing with this. Reassign values, change things. Just get as many reps on that easy stuff that you can then, boom, move on from there. But this kind of thing, dealing with parameters, dealing with arguments, calculating things to put in a variable, all that kind of stuff you should be very familiar with. And you can do it with this. You can apply it to anything. If you have any command you want to do, start splatting it a little bit. Maybe modify the parameters you use in like a test script or something. There's a lot of interesting things you can do there that will keep you entertained and getting better. So what do we got? Splat boom. Okay, nice. So we showed how to create the splat. You can use any variable name you want. We just use splat.
Yeah. It doesn't matter as long as you use it the same each place.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Here's a question. Oh, no. If you're doing something, go for it.
No.
You know, I'm a distraction kind of guy. I'm here to distract you with another curveball. What kind of formatting do you like? Are you familiar with OTBS?
No, all those different formatting names. I don't know.
Okay. Would you be open to formatting the script? And I'm just curious what it would do. Sample. Yeah. Oh, nice. You're changing the name of that. Sweet.
Yeah, what is it?
I think the down arrow. We'll get to the next one. To the top right of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
If that's what you're trying to do. Not boom. By the way, that find and replace is so nice. So easy.
Yeah.
Boom. Boom. Look at that. It's a good habit to get in.
But
that works.
formatting, all the different types. What's OTBS stand for?
One true brace style, I think. I don't know. I'm not a nerd, man. I wouldn't know the name of that off the top of my head. No.
Because I've seen some people like to do that. Oh, jumped around.
Dude, why is it jumping? I'm sorry, man. I'm jacking.
No, some people like to do their open curly braces on separate lines.
Yep.
Some people like to move them around. They all works. I like them on the like that. Oh,
Am I still jumping you around here? I'm not touching it.
but So as far as formatting, when you what's the key to format it?
Oh,
Um,
I press F1 and then just type in format, the function one thing.
yeah,
If you have a function button, some keyboards, they get weird. Yeah, there you go. Format.
it's what's
Yeah.
it?
So, yeah, there you go. Boom. Did you know VS Code quite well? I didn't know what to tell you that.
Isn't
Um,
it
I just type in format and something comes up.
PowerShell?
Here, I'll try on my end. Yeah, it's format document, and it'll just defer to whatever. I think it's. I don't know. Someone correct me. Is it OTBS by default? Like if you have nothing set? It's not PowerShell. It's just format.
Oh,
Yeah, it's basically imagine VS Code is doing the formatting, and then it goes to the extension that you're using to kind of handle the formatting. I think. I don't know that for sure, but
I remember messing with the JSON
there you go.
of
Yeah,
formatting.
format document.
Save it out.
Okay, let's see. Yeah, you see
Yeah,
how the um
it ended.
booms hash tables. Oh, the hash tables are also different now, just slightly. Oh, it doesn't look different.
It did this one.
Yeah.
Didn't do that. Oh, it did. Moved everything to the left.
Okay. Yeah, I was thinking the hash tables, like some of the brackets, the braces are a little odd. Not bad, still works, but
No,
just like if you're used to like things formatted perfectly, just kind of gives the eye a little twitch. Sweet.
still.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, you like it all lined up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, we might have to do a VS Code settings one at some point to make it so whenever you go to save or format again, it doesn't automatically put it back. Okay, very cool. So that's splatting generally. I think another cool thing to add to that is you can actually use multiple splats on the same command. So say there's like, I don't know, for some reason you want to have two different variables that have it, you can use multiple splats as well. I don't think I've ever done it, but you can.
Yeah, if you wanted to like search, you can also not use splats. Like say you wanted to filter for other things, you can get rid of that and then still do.
Yeah.
It'll still recognize it.
That's very user friendly. What can I say? I mean, gotta respect how helpful that is. You don't really need to know all these rules because it's going to work for you. Is basically what we've just showed there. It is flexible. Wow, got a lot of files there.
Oh, it's System 32.
Yeah, Windows has been busy. Look at that. Okay, so that works. What else do we have here?
So this is helpful when you're running a script that you need all the same things, but you want to do a couple different, like say later in script writing.
Mm-hmm. All right. What do we have? What is the next simple? I'm curious. What's so simple about it?
This was showing the property replacements or whatever
Oh, okay.
what you called it.
There's a
But
question. Sorry, there's a question from chat before we move on. Can you splat splats? Oops. I don't even know what that means, to be honest with you.
I think
Oh, I kind of, yeah, go ahead.
putting a splat in, so say you're putting a prop. So if you wanted to do,
Oh,
all right.
did I just wonk you up again?
No, I don't know. It constantly goes down. So let's do test equals, and then let's do home and I don't know. What would you put in? You'd just be making a hash table at that point.
Um, yeah, I mean, my thought of what he maybe meant was like, imagine you are running a command as the value in a hash table, and then for that command you splat. But yeah, I don't know what splatting a slot would mean. I will say you can have multiple values, right? So you could have an array, or you could have a variable, or you could have different things be the value. It's just as flexible as if you were to do it as a regular parameter. You just have a hash table.
Yeah. As long as you're putting a splat in a splat.
Yeah. Look at splat. Amazing. Ooh, Trent Blackburn has a great comment here. A splat is just a hash table, and PowerShell is smart enough to understand if the parameter value is an array, another hash table, etc. Yep. So that's pretty good stuff here. I kind of want to go rogue here. Can we go a little rogue?
What's up?
We have to move on. What are we about to go to? Because I kind of wanted to test myself in the element.
All right.
Is now a good time for it?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, why did I put myself on the spot? Hey. Where's a good line? 87. Is this a good line where we can work for a little bit? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think we should do some more splatting here. Let's think of different things we can splat like in live. We'll figure out something. What's a good situation? You got one? And chat, feel free if you got some great ideas of things we should run with splats. Let us know. I'll start by creating the name. Splat equals. I can't run this, but very common one you might have seen in the past would be 80. That's where I've used this a lot. Let's try this real quick. Boom, bang.
We'll get the really long ones in AD. You get name, middle name, last name, email.
The search base is like the OU,
Yeah.
the do, all that stuff. I don't know if I can actually do that from memory. Search base. Oh, yeah. Gives me a good autocomplete. Make up some other stuff. Oh my gosh. Dude. I'm struggling here. OU equals Bob's Burger Shack. DC can do us up. Okay. We need commas here though. All right. So boom, there's a separate one. What else do we normally do with this? Properties. Properties star, but company boom. So this is multiple values for one property right here.
Yep.
You can absolutely do this. Very helpful stuff. I guess error action's another one you could do. Error action equals stop. And server. So verbose, that's one that we would normally just do dash verbose if we wanted it to be verbose. So that would mean, how would we do that?
True.
True. All right. Then we close this bad boy up. I can figure out where that button is. There we go. And then to call it, we would just do the command ID user splat. And then it will run all of those. Now, These can be customized further. Let's try. You think we could I'm gonna try something a little bit different. If I wanted to run some PowerShell in here, like to do something, would I do this? Would that work? Or would I do the regular like sorry, I'm trying to figure out this keyboard.
You're having trouble with keyboard last week.
Oh, it's the same keyboard. I'm still half these keys don't have a label on it. I'm just trying to remember. And but do you know if I'm trying to run code that'll actually execute, do I use the curly or the parentheses? I'm pretty sure it's curly. Let's just try it. Like a lot of things in PowerShell. This is where I actually hack your computer somehow. Test.
Thought it was parentheses as precedence, right? Or doesn't it run parentheses first?
I don't know. I just need it to run it at all.
I don't
whichever one
know
works.
if I have.
Oh, do you have any file I could check out? Whatever. We'll just run any other code. Filter equals. So just grab the VS Code process. Select object, we'll expand it. Expand property name. Something like that. Okay, get process code, select object. Okay, we're going to look for the AD user with the name of Google Chrome. Let's see if it runs though.
One,
oh, wait.
One more. Go up one more.
Yes. New to computers.
Nope.
Dude, this is sad. This is what happens. Oh, I'm using my second monitor for the typing so I can.
You just erased it. There you go.
I'm so glad you get to watch me just struggle. All right, it is all highlighted. It worked on my end.
Okay.
Do you want to press F8 on your end?
Does it work
if
you're selected?
Yeah.
I've never done this with a.
Oh, there you go. I changed it.
Nope.
Dude, are you following me?
How do you? I don't know how you change that.
What was the button in the bottom? It's in the bottom left somewhere. Oh, it's the thing with the one next to the three people in the bottom.
Live.
Activity bar. A little bit to the left. Yeah, that one. A little bit to the right.
Oh.
The three people.
Okay.
Select one to follow. Well, now you're following me.
Okay. Huh. Oh, so that's following you.
How do you unfollow me?
I don't know.
I know. I don't either. It's just odd. It's kind of, this is what I see about this. See, it's like you're jumping around everywhere. If you hover over me, maybe. Oh, okay. Odd. Yeah, it doesn't seem like you're actually following me. Because on my screen, I was following you, and it says so at the top. In the top right, it says following whatever your name was, power user.
So.
Okay. Nope. Square brackets did not work. Just so you know. Dude,
Curly?
Yeah, curlies didn't. I am struggling with seeing the screen today. That sounds right. Really doesn't work. Okay.
It's not Chrome. Well, you would have Chrome.
I don't. What is the name of code? I guess it's not code.
Code. It's code.
Uh, I don't have it. I have code helper.
It's
Maybe.
code on
Yeah,
Windows.
that's the challenge of us doing different OSs. Okay. See if it works on your end.
There it is.
Regular parentheses.
Mm,
Yeah, but see if it returns now. Is there a
Yep.
filter?
Let's just splat. There it is.
Split
Code is
splat?
multiple. There it is. Well, it has multiple processes.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Okay, interesting. So we would do select object dash first one if we only wanted one or something like
Yeah.
that. But we probably would not be looking for process names for the filter for AD. Just an example. Pretty contrived at the last minute. I will say that, I did that curly bracket brace thing and I was like, oh, is this the right thing to do? You know why? I'm thinking of calculated properties with select object. Well, a lot of fancy words in a row. If I were to hear that for the first time, sounds a little bit like too much calculated properties, but it's another way that you're able to like run code, like get process, for example, run code within some other stuff that you're doing. You think we should show that off a little bit?
Yeah. You could figure that out. Let's shrink you. Go down. So if you're running something like this, like you're running get disk, just want to see how much your drive is. Sometimes you'll get a size. It's I don't memorize I don't want to count the digits. How big is your drive? How big is your space? Do you know megabytes versus kilobytes versus petabytes, terabytes?
Yeah, not by memory. I know everything's like 1024 or something like that, but
Yeah.
no, I'm not doing that math. No, thank you.
So
Because this is bits. So
it's easier to just tell it
okay.
what you want.
Okay.
So this is your name, or label, name. And then you have your expression. So if you're aware of your $_ which is your loop back to your original,
Yeah.
it takes everything there divided by 1 gigabyte. And since PowerShell knows gigabyte, megabyte, everything, I think up to a petabyte, which is ridiculous. And then I want to return it as an integer.
Okay.
So you go through that, run that, gives you back as your gigabytes.
Now that's understandable. Can I just break this down a little bit more as if I were a beginner here? Okay. I get the get disk. We're getting some disk info. Then we're select objecting some properties. Okay. Number, model, manufacturer. I can imagine. Okay. Those are properties on get disk that I care about. But now in the last line, that's where things get fancy to the next level. That's where the calculated properties thing comes in. That's where the curly brace thing I was talking about. And then this is where we can actually run some code inside of it. And you were saying there's like some standard setup that we have to follow. And that is the whole name equals and then expression equals. That's the syntax we have to follow. You could use label as well instead of name, but that's the general thing, right? Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. But the values of the name and the expression are the things where we can go wild. Name is the string, and then expression will be expression. Express yourself, Evan. Whatever you want, man. This is where PowerShell gets really fun. You get a lot more pivot points to be able to do things when you can figure out calculated properties and other related topics.
Yeah, it can be really helpful because you can get into the nitty gritty. You can, if you wanted to have a little more accurate, you can get into double or your floats, your different properties in your.
Yeah. Okay. You want to get advanced, take it to the next level. That is pretty fancy. There's that semicolon thing. What the heck? Semicolon. I haven't used that before.
The semicolon is just asking it to run on same on run two code on the same line.
Yeah, so it says like in this code, the code you're running right now, PowerShell, stop it and start again while
Yeah.
being on the same line. Okay.
So you can either do two lines if you're in an editor like this,
Yeah.
and it'll run the same way, or if you wanted to do all it's saying is like what?
Mm-hmm. So that's a semicolon. That's not a pipe like we normally see.
Yeah, it's not a pipe, but it's going to run two. It's not always the best thing because of the pipeline, and you start to run into issues there. But it's going to give you two separate outputs.
Yeah. I do that a lot. Not gonna lie. I use this a lot. If I'm trying to like mess with something really quick, I will do import the module, import the whatever, semicolon. I don't know, do something else afterwards. Run the test command that I'm working on, whatever the case may be. But I don't want to have multiple lines in my history. Just boom.
Yeah, if you're using import module, you can use install module, import module.
Yeah. Yep. Import module force. Got to make sure you have the force on it, or else you will be editing files and importing the module, and it won't actually be importing it because it's already imported. Sweet. Okay. So we got the name equals expression equals thing. That's simple enough. I hope people can follow it. When you do the calculating of the size divided by 1 gigabyte as double, people see that. A lot of weird characters there as well. But if we break it down, you see that the dividing symbol thing, the slash. As soon as you see that, you know there's some math going on. Good to know. I don't think that there's many times in PowerShell where you will need to do this super novelly. Like other people will have done this a whole bunch of times. Usually, when you're going to run into needing to do like the changing of sizes, sizes is a pretty unique one. There's other times when you will use it, but this is confusing to you. Not the end of the world. Just know that it's math. You see 1 gigabyte. It's really cool that PowerShell can do that, Evan. Like you were saying, you just put GB and it kind of knows you're talking about gigabytes.
Yeah, because it does that automatically for you when you run get disk. It already does it here.
Mm-hmm.
So that, but and then again, if you wanted to, it's doing all that behind the scenes.
Yeah.
So when you want to do, say, it puts out the whole size.
Interesting.
And I find it easier to type, but instead of doing select star, I'll just do format list star, less keys.
Yep. Nothing wrong with that. I want you to press enter. I'm kind of like excited for it
Yeah.
here. There we go. Hey, got the satisfaction. Oh, awesome. Was there any other examples? Oh, whoa, ho. Is there any other examples? Now I'm remembering the example. Oh, there's another example. I think that everything we've shown so far hasn't been groundbreaking necessarily. I think it's been a good kind of starting step for people to start thinking about how they could use things like splatting and calculated properties. Again, really great topics to interact with if you're learning PowerShell. This is the core stuff right here on a lot of ways, pipeline, calculating things. And you have a really good example here that you've used before and actually created. Let's show this off.
Well, see, I never remember what the IDs are, what they mean. So when you get win event, it'll spit out just the name of the numbers. So I went on to the PowerShell, the Learn website, Microsoft website, and I figured out what the numbers meant. So then I threw it into this. So it takes my numbers, joins them with a pipe in between, and then it uses regex because a pipe in between is basically
Or yeah.
or, you know,
Nice.
so then it spits it out. I want the time created. Here's the name, the expression, and then it switches it between all of them and tells you what they are. So I'm just going to do the first. Let's just do 5.
Okay.
And there goes my first 5. So instead of ID, get system uptime, other event, system uptime. I don't really have much log wise, especially in system for this one. So what it's doing is it's replacing the ID with ID meaning.
Okay. That's incredibly helpful. Can we look at the code a little bit?
Yeah.
Because the switch statement that might be a new thing. So switch statement basically means like, hey, we're going to look at a property. So it looks like we're going to look at the ID of all these win events. And then if it matches some of the below values, we run the code associated with it. So if it's 41, all right, that's going to be the output, bada boom, bada bing. And at the very bottom, there's this thing called default, which there's
Yeah,
a default
default
thing if it
just,
doesn't match the other stuff.
yeah. Sometimes you need default, sometimes you don't. It depends on what you're doing for your switch statement.
Yeah, it's good to know it's there. There was some other modifier to switch. Maybe it was regex. Was there a regex switch thing where you could do like switch .id dash regex or something like that? Sorry, I haven't used it recently, but it's kind of coming to my mind.
I haven't used it like that. I've used it to make variables. You usually make like if you can make use. There's a whole switch is a whole topic on itself
Oh, it really is. But it's so helpful to know.
because this is we're using numbers, but you can use it to make colors for different things for like battery. So
Okay.
this is if your battery is over a certain number, it'll make the color red, green, yellow, dark green. So it's just writes out what your battery's doing.
Okay. Oh, nice. That's
So it's
great.
my battery, my design capacity, full charge capacity, my cycle count, and then it makes it green. If you're on a laptop that doesn't have a very healthy battery, it'll spit it out as red or yellow. But by
A lot
doing
of cool
this,
stuff here.
you're taking this value, and you're saying, okay, this is what I want it to be. And then later on, down here, it makes it color. So it's going to say the color and then split the color here. So the color properties are going to be one of these.
Yeah. Awesome. Very clever use case. I think this is where PowerShell gets really fun. When you can do stuff like this, when you can make kind of decisions in your code, when you can modify things on the fly as a user and as someone who's writing code, it's just so much more fun than before that when you're kind of struggling through some of the other things. Well, thank you everybody for joining us. Evan, do we have anything else we want to show?
No, I'm not off the top of my head.
Awesome,
I
man.
mean, everything else gets pretty involved, but
Heck yeah. That's fun. I like this kind of stuff. Because you're gonna want to know the best practices so you can tell AI to give it to you at the very least. And you're going to be seeing these conventions, especially the switch statement. That was one that for me was very confusing. And I looked it up. You can do switch dash regex and then put the thing you're switching on
Now, when you say dash, is that after
before or after switch in between
after
ID.
switch
Yeah.
in between ID?
Yeah. Space dash regex.
And what's that get you?
It would be like a regular expression.
In because this is where object here matches regex.
Yep.
So I'm trying to figure out
So
the use case.
basically the things below instead of 41, you could do like a regex
Oh,
expression. Yeah.
I get it.
Yeah. It's a cool option to know that it exists, which is really flexible. Regex is, it's another one of those pivot points within PowerShell you can use. Some good tips from the chat though. The convert command to hash table command from PS script tools converts commands to a splat you can use.
Oh, that was the one we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, you want to install that module real quick. There's also a way to do it in VS Code, which is like PS PowerShell Editor Services, I think. I have that up. Let me pull something up here.
What's it?
Find module. Or what are you looking for?
What's it called?
It is called PS Script Tools. Sounds like a Jeff Hicks module to me. I don't know that for sure. We'll look that up.
Ooh.
Oh yeah, it's our boy Jeff. He has some great modules. I will say that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you can also use script blocks with switch statements. That's another great one.
Yo, yeah, Jeff X. So what's it get? No.
You're on the PS resource bandwagon. Choo choo.
Yeah. Well, I kept running into issues with import install module. Like you were saying.
Oh yeah, on the import module whenever you're editing things. Yeah. That's caught me before.
How to reinstall.
Okay.
There, now we should be up to date.
Yeah. Should be there. He says the command is convert commands to hash table. I'll look up this one.
Convert. Oh, there it is.
That's helpful.
And then, so let's take. Where was it? I'm assuming. There you go. Now, does that?
That's pretty cool.
So, could you do this and then pipe it to clip. There it is.
Wow. So you can pipe it to clip or set clipboard if you're cross-platform.
Yeah.
It's pretty cool. SCB, SCB, if you're an alias user. Very cool. There's also the the editor services command suite, but that's another module you'd have to install.
Oh. This one I think was already installed.
Yeah,
It's not one I've used.
you're a hardcore user. You must download it at some time. Maybe after he was on the pod or something, because I think it was already installed 3.0. So
yeah, that's what it was saying.
Yeah, nice. Scuba.
Yeah.
Sweet. Yeah, that's a great way to be able to just take the command you already have and make it better. It wouldn't surprise me if there's some fancy parameters on that allow you to like look at your history and it'll do it for you for the last.
Well, what do you mean? This was
Like I don't know, just if you ran like help on convert command to hash table.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think on that command itself. So there's probably something that's like dash from history. I don't know that for sure, but
Okay. I think I do remember this one. Yes, I did download that one from a Pluralsight module. So that's where it makes sense now.
Shout out to Jeff Hicks.
Yeah. So nope, text string.
Interesting. Okay. Huh. Hey, that might be a great PR to submit. Would be you had a quick way that would create a splat and use just the last command you ran. That way, what I could see being very helpful is create a nice alias for convert command to hash table, and any single time you do a huge command, you just run that with the dash whatever parameter, bloop, and it'll do whatever you need.
That doesn't take pipeline.
Yeah. Oh, that would be interesting, but I don't think you'd need it for this approach because it would just check the history and just the regular history file. Check the history file for the exact last command and just splat it. Interesting. Well, if nobody else does that, it might be a cool little one for me to contribute. But I hope someone else does. Less work.
Oh, yeah. Here it is.
Yeah, nice. From the examples.
Oh, he saved it as a variable.
Mm-hmm.
And then he did it. Okay.
Interesting.
Yeah, I see it now. Cool.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, Jeff has some great. Have you heard of the man? There's this really awesome module he's put out. It's just been taking the world by storm. I hear. Have you heard of it? It's called BS Podcast. Yeah, I'm just kidding. You don't have to install that one, but I do love that module, and I do. He actually has a new one that came out that we got to plug. Hold on, it's related to TUIs. Want to make sure I get the name right. I'll grab the link. PS TUI tools.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's like it's the terminal views.
Yep. Yep. Just cool ways to do that. Yeah. There's also a new awesome module from MDGRS MEI, Avalonia UI shell. Let me look that up. Make sure I get the name right. Yeah, Avalonia UI shell. Another really cool project, which I wouldn't call this a TUI. This is like a proper GUI that's cross-platform as well, which is really sweet.
Now, how many modules do you install? I don't. I haven't gone crazy.
I mean, it's different for me because like if I talk to somebody in the podcast and they say, "Oh, or if I know they have a module, I'll
Yeah.
install it." And just over time, I've collected a lot. And if you install the AZ modules, you'll get a couple hundred right there.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how many do I install? A crap ton. How many do I use? Default and maybe 15, 20 on top of it.
Yeah. I
At any
haven't.
time, I kind of move around.
I don't use as many.
I mean, PS Readline. Whether you,
That's installed.
I guess for installing it, yes.
I mean, I'm
For
talking about
using regularly,
like third party, or not even second party.
yeah.
No.
Oh my
I
gosh.
mean, there are so many. Yeah. And then terminal icons.
Yeah. I had one from this guy named Kirk Monroe, which was basically it adds a default property for out variable. So meaning
Huh.
any single command you run, you just import this module and it does like the setting of the default parameter value for
Okay.
everything. It'll set it to be out variable. I think it's like __ or something like that, so that you have that imported and I would always use it. It's a decent one. I know that's a lot of fancy words. Probably hard to follow along too.
I didn't know. So you would do. It would be a variable __.
Yeah.
Okay. Hmm.
Yep.
I started to get confused when you have double variables.
I don't know about
Or
that.
yeah, I forget what it means. Double ampersand or $sign.
Yeah. I don't know. It means you're in for a bad time or challenging, or maybe you're just. Actually, there are some different characters that are used in PowerShell 7 that I don't really use all
Yes,
the time.
and that's what I mean. Even in reading, I'm like, I've never seen that.
Yeah. What is $sign in PowerShell? Oh, the last token of the last line entered in the session. So that's the last thing you typed. So if you run it, does it include that? Okay. So it is the last thing you ran. That's cool. I did not know that.
Yeah. See, there's some of
Dude,
those.
so you wrote the function for him pretty much for the PS script tools? Dude, don't get me. I know this is like PowerShell practice along, but I kind of want to code this, see if we can make something happen with this. You know what I'm saying? Not you. I'm not going to be like, hey, right now, can you code us this feature? But $sign contains the exact thing we want, right? Try running something with a parameter on it. Just to make sure. Just one, because you can imagine that's one. It'll collect all of them.
What, like?
Get process Chrome or something.
Okay.
Yeah, run that, and then we'll do $sign. Because if it includes all the parameters, well, then we know what to do. One, just do $sign for the text. And then we should at least add the ability for that to be a parameter that you just do, so people don't need to know about the $sign. Or update the help so it includes an example that uses $sign. Evan, we're making the world a better place right now. Are you feeling the hype? I'm kind of, I got to check my calendar to make sure I don't have more meetings, but what do you think? Oh, you're doing that whole thing. Oh, okay.
Well, I know they say filter left.
But did it get anything with the? I can test on my end. Let's see. Get process.
So there's that. But then no, it just says
It's
code.
only the actual last thing.
It's the
Dang it.
last thing.
That's good to know, I guess. The last word before space.
Well, it's in get
It's no spaces though. It's the separator.
what?
Like space is what determines the last character.
Yeah.
Or the last thing that it returns with $sign, $sign. How do I get it would be get history dot command line, I think. Let me run that, just make sure.
Yeah.
So in chat right now, will you wait, what? Works for me. I just did count one. Get history dash count one. Because it'll just get the last one. Okay. While you do that,
Yeah.
chat is talking right now. Mason's coming with the hot take. Which is maybe, I don't know, it's hot somewhere. But hot take. Don't install the AZ modules. Just learn to use their APIs and keep some docs. It will save you time. You can be more explicit. That is a hot take, but I don't know anyone who's actually used the AZ modules who doesn't, to a decent degree, who doesn't just use the APIs. Maybe one or two people, just because. By Marcel. But yeah, I think most people do that. I think it's helpful if you don't really know APIs super well. You still need to do some stuff in AZ. You can use the modules and see how it goes, but ideally, before you run into too many issues, you should learn enough to move away.
Well, also, if you were in there all the time, wouldn't the modules be more helpful? Or just pulling the API all the time?
I think the modules can be more interactively helpful if you're just querying stuff like that. But if you're like saving a script that does something, a lot of people just do the raw API call.
Yeah, makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. So do we figure it out? Yeah, I think it's just get history count one dot command line. Does that sound about right?
Get history.
Yeah.
In quotes, right?
Parentheses, yes. But the dash count one is inside.
Inside.
Yes, because we're getting count one of select history. It's a parameter on get history. So just space and then dash count one.
Dash. You said dot.
Oh, did I? Whoops. That would be confusing.
I mean, that doesn't matter.
And yeah, dot command line. And
that was my
that'll get it.
That was my last one. I set a variable.
Okay. But if this works, then okay, that looks like it worked.
Yeah. Well, it ran my last one, which was.
Yeah, for sure it worked. Odd that it. Oh no, it's not odd that it wrapped it in those. Okay, perfect. Now can we try running this for the convert command? What was it called? Convert. Crap. You know what I'm talking about? The convert hash table to this or that.
Nope. Doesn't like that.
What the heck is all this? What did I miss? Wait, what? Text. Yeah, it can't start with the parentheses.
Yeah, I
So,
see
oh
that.
yeah, you have to run a real command before, like get process. Something, maybe scroll up and run one of the good examples that would be worth hash tableable. Yeah. Yeah, that should work. Can you click the hide button on that thing when this StreamYard is sharing your
You
screen
can
thing?
see that? I didn't know you could see
Yeah,
that.
it's all good. It's all good. Okay.
No, it just it did.
Oh, it did.
Yeah,
It did.
yeah,
It
just the
worked.
code.
Yeah. So if we would have ran one of the examples above that has like a bunch of parameters, it would have done those as well. Okay. Do I have time to get on this? Oh yeah, I forgot to check my meetings. Oh,
Oh, I see.
dang, dude, you know, I'm not going to force myself to do this in such low time. Maybe next week, if this thing has not been fixed, we'll do some live coding where I'll try and write up the feature. Because it really shouldn't be too much, but which is nice, so we can follow along to the actual process of committing to a repo without having to be like lost in doing a ton of code. Because really, it would be modifying this. We had one parameter to convert command to hash table, and that parameter would allow us to basically set the text to this.
It doesn't like the dotted notation.
I'm lost at what I'm even looking at here.
It doesn't see right here. Count 1, 2, dot command line. It doesn't like
The parentheses, yeah.
it doesn't like this.
It's is it that? Um, yeah. Okay.
You have to remember what the last thing you wrote was, because we're doing the last one. So if we did that, then we did that, then it comes out right.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the things with parentheses failed the first time. But yeah, something's. I think it's the AST or something's going a little wonky there. A little bit above my pay grade, to be honest with you. Interesting. Okay, well, next week on Pokemon, we'll be committing something to open source. I don't know. I don't know what next week's going to entail, but I'll be writing something. I'll be committing something to open source, maybe related to this awesome module, maybe related to something somewhere else. Maybe I'm just going to write some documentation and call it a day. Who knows? But Evan, this was fun, man. Thanks so much for joining us. I know this is your first time doing one of these.
Yeah.
And I know you just only recently joined the Discord and kind of got more out there. And then I'm just like, hey, jump in the deep end. And you said,
Yeah.
all right, let's go. So,
Yeah, I wasn't sure at first. So it was a lot of fun.
dude, it was fun. And I had a great time talking to you behind the scenes as well. So everybody say hi to Evan if you see him around. And Evan, thank you so much. Until next
Yeah,
time, my
you're
friend.
welcome.
Thanks everybody out there for joining us today. PowerShell Wednesday. Woo woo. We had some fun. Next week, we're gonna have more fun and learn some new things. And I will try and get that stream posted soon so you all can click the little remind me when it goes live thing. And if you enjoyed today, if you're still here, click the like button, say what up. It goes a long way. Bye everybody. Bye, Evan C.
Bye.